Hey, what's up, everyone? This is Angel, el Gallito de la Sierra, reporting on crypto, altcoins, DEXs, blockchains, you name it. We research it and I report it. Mira, today is Monday. It's a holiday. I'm gonna go meet up with a good friend of mine. I can't share his name with you because I don't have permission to do so. But this camarada and we're very passionate about crypto. In fact, he and I, back in 2011, he used to talk to me about penny stocks, and I used to talk to him about, other stocks going IPO. I want to say that Google went IPO back in around that time. I can't remember, but it was like $85 a share. I remember that. But the point is that he and I used to talk about this stuff, and we're very new to it. We're very young. I'm 42 years old now, and then, well, you're talking back in 2011. You do the math. And este camarada, he's also very smart. He's a educated man, and he's in accounting. He's not an accountant by trade. He's a professor, but he teaches accounting, and he's worked for hospitals as an accountant. He worked his way up. Long story short, este camarada and I used to talk about like Bitcoin back in those days. And, we were moving from like crypto. We were moving from penny stocks to, we used to invest in fiat currencies. And then we kind of like, we started talking about Bitcoin, and we started learning. We were just learning. We're a little afraid about it because, it was something we just didn't know. And como todo, you know what? I don't get into every single little thing everybody says, but there is one piece of wisdom that I think you can learn from anybody, including myself, is that sharing your story and allowing people to know what you have learned and what mistakes you have made in life and what you have learned from them is very helpful. Este camarada was already making feria, bro. And he showed me and he proved to me that he was. And so I became interested in that. I wanted to know a little more, like, ¿cómo le hago yo para hacer un poquito de billetitos? It never hurts to have a little extra money to buy your huevos, chorizo, tortillas, all of this good stuff, ¿verdad? Don't forget your weenies and ketchup. And I started learning all about crypto at that time. I wasn't investing in crypto, but I just started learning about crypto. I was doing my research. Well, he and I became really good friends, and now we meet up every couple of months. We have breakfast every couple of months when we get a chance to. And he's doing really well. I'm doing really well. We're both doing really well. And we both always say, we both always talk about, hey, bro, ¿cuántos en tu familia ya están en crypto? Ni uno. And he asks me, how many in your family, Ángel? None. I can't believe it. It's the same update we give each other every single time we meet. And now we don't really even talk about that. We talk about poverty, and those people who live in poverty are a result of their ignorance. That's what it is. It's the ignorance of the man and the woman that leaves them living in a state of poverty. Yes, there are social factors. Yes, there are other factors that contribute to a person's poverty, but the one above them all is ignorance. Let me tell you something. I really love this scripture. I can't remember what book it's from. I love a scripture in the Bible that says, and the Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, the spirit of wisdom and understanding. I think it's in the book of Isaiah, si no me acuerdo muy bien. The book of Isaiah. But there's so much to learn about that scripture in one's own life. And I have been a man who has really done all I can to improve my intellectual status in a way that allows me to be enriched mentally, financially, spiritually, todo. Bueno, I'm not going to get too biblical on you. I know everyone wanted me to talk about AmpCoin, and I just wanted to give you a little context. And the context was, sometimes when you're listening to someone, gosh, if that person is well off, like si tienen billetes and their life looks good and they have a nice ride y su casa está toda bien firme, they live in a good neighborhood, good schools for their kids or whatever, ¿verdad? Si se ven mejor que tú, you know, you just gotta listen, man. You just gotta listen. There's so much people that instead of listening to those people like my buddy or people that I know that are not necessarily like good friends of mine, but they're acquaintances, well-off people, instead of being jealous of them, instead of like wishing or having wishful thinking, do something about it. Haz algo. Muévete. ¿Sabes qué? Be happy for that person. Don't be bitter about it, man. That is the ignorance that keeps people in a gridlock, impoverished state that they just can't get out of. You know what? I say this because I've been there myself. I have real world experience, carnal. Señorita, señor, yo perdí todo back in 2000 and I want to say 7. No, I'm sorry. Around there. Yeah, I think it was 2007. I lost everything. I was making investments. I was doing this, doing that. I was trying to make it just like everyone else. And I was trying to invest and do this and do that. And it didn't work out for me. But I learned. I learned from those mistakes. And I was glad that I did because I was very young at that time. So I didn't give up. And that's what crypto is all about. Cryptocurrency is going to revolutionize everything. El crypto. It was funny. A buddy of mine this morning, he texted me as someone that I do marketing business with. And I could probably name them because no hay pedo. I'm a Rooks agency out of Tulare, California. I do a lot of business with these folks. Legit. Anyhow, one of their graphic developers, he texts me and he's at a place somewhere. I'm not sure where they travel a lot. Y me manda una foto de un paletero y el paletero en la carretilla, whatever you call it, where tiene todas las paletitas allí. El paletero tiene en el lado de la paletería o la carrucha, tiene aceptamos Bitcoin. ¿Qué hubo? I love it, man. Aceptamos Bitcoin. Vendiendo paletas y raspados de vanilla y de coco y de piña and all of those very tasty paletas. Coño, guajírame. Haz caso. No se mantenga ignorante. Come on, man. Make a move. Don't be jealous about people. Don't wish that you had more or that you had what they have. No. Don't wish for that. That ain't gonna get you nowhere. Wishful thinkers. No, they don't amount to nothing. You'll just keep wishing. I wish I had $1 million, and I wish I had this, and I wish I had that, and I would do this, and I would do that, and all those speeches of if I had $1 million, I would give to this and give to that. No, you would, and you wouldn't give a damn thing because you don't give right now. Now, I'm not speaking to those who do give, and you might take my comments a bit insultive and a bit personal. And you might want to turn that video off right now porque estás enojado and I ruffled your feathers a little bad or a little different. Well, guess what? Then maybe if you change your attitude and you give it a try and you allow for these words to penetrate deep into your heart, you're going to know that you're going to do really well in life. So, let's get into it. Sorry for that little bit long speech. Ay, caray, aquí ando manejando. And I almost hit a car just because I love doing it this way. Oh, wow. This is the way I'm going to do it. If I get in an accident, Ni modos. I got good insurance. They're covered. I'm covered. No hay pedo. And I got enough money to buy me a new car, so I don't worry about that kind of stuff. I don't worry about anything. I just pray about everything. Huh? Lord, keep me safe while I'm making this video. Hallelujah. All right, let's get into AMP. A-M-P. Crypto. My friends, there are a lot of coins that I own. And there are some of my top. These are my top 5. Ahí te va. Mis top 5. Litecoin, Bitcoin, AMP, Polymatic. It's known as Polymatic or Matic. You can find it. You can find it on Coinbase. You can find it on Gemini. You can find it on a lot of these exchanges. ¿Cuántas llevo? Como 4 se me hace. I think I have 4 or 5. But Cardano and AMP, I think those make the 5. My 5 top are those. There are other coins that cryptocurrencies or blockchains or DeFi projects or DEXs. You got NFTs, non-fungible tokens. You got a whole slew of cryptocurrencies out there in the ecosystem, and it can be very confusing. If you go to CoinMarketCap, visit CoinMarketCap, and you can get from 1 to 200 or something like that. Hay un puño, carnal. But here's the thing. It does take a lot of time reading and researching all this stuff. And you might, on the other side of this video, you might be wondering, well, why do I gotta listen to this vato right here? No me enseña charts, no me habla mucho de lo que está hablando, like what is Cardano, right? I can probably spend hours right here breaking it down in terms of what Cardano does or aims to do. But the short, sweet, and easy is, you know what? Go watch someone else. There's a lot of content on Cardano. I don't know why I jumped over to Cardano. I guess to make this point. I'm not going to give you charts. I'm not going to do Fibonacci's and Bollinger Bands and wedges and, higher highs and lower lows and the Wyckoff theory. Todo ese pedo I'm not going to do. You go out there, you study that. I have a video before this video that I talked about that. And that I talked about, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna give you real world application, make you feel like, okay, you know what? I should go do a little research myself. I should go study this. I bring awareness, bro. I bring awareness. That's what I'm bringing. Just like the Gospels, Jesus sent the disciples to go bring awareness of the good news. Le dijo, vayan para allá y vayan para acá. And I'm doing that here in this space. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not looking for millions of subscribers and try to make feria off of what I do here in YouTube. That's why it's like this. Va a ser así. Se los voy a traer así. Real world. Driving. I'm driving right now. I'm driving to go meet up my buddy to have breakfast. And on the way there, I felt I needed to say something about AMP. AMP token. A couple days ago, like maybe 3, 4, 5 days ago, I did a video and I just touched on it very lightly. And somebody hit me up and said, hey man, me puedes hablar un poquito más de AMP? Este camarada habla español. El que me preguntó, oye, ¿me puedes hablar un poquito más de AMP? Porque yo tengo un negocio. There you go. See? This vato is thinking already. He's thinking already. He's interested, right? There's nothing wrong with being interested. I'm not telling you to go buy. Please, don't take my content and twist it as if I told you go buy. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying go do your research, become aware of some of these projects, and you make your own decision. It's your feria, not mine. I do whatever I want to do with my feria. I feel you should do the same with yours. Si quieres ir a comprarte un barco y irte a la ley todos los weekends porque that's what you like to do, hey, totally fine with me, man. No te metas al cripto. Métete al mar. Okay, ahí estamos. So, AMP, A-M-P. Let me get to this point. I'm sorry, let me get into this because I keep jumping out of it. AMP token. Go do your research. Really basic. AMP token utilizes the Flexa network. And a couple of days ago, like 3 or 4 or 5 days ago, or a week ago, no me acuerdo. I know about a couple months ago, this token was down like at 4 cents. Y yo compré un puño. And the reason I did is because those are opportunities. We always talk about in the YouTube channel under cryptocurrency subject, you'll find a lot of YouTubers que te dicen dollar cost average and buy the dip, ¿verdad? What that means is you don't stop buying. Cada vez que agarras un chequecito, aviéntale un cincuentón. That's what they're trying to say. Is they're saying by dollar cost averaging, you're going to basically increase your profits at a longer time frame. Well, how does that work? AMP 2 months ago was 4 cents, or por ahí estaba como 4.045 or 0.043. I don't know, but it was in the lower 4 cents, and I bought a bunch. Because I already had bought some at 5 cents. And so you're thinking like, dang, it went down this much. And now when you're talking about pennies and you have thousands of, if you have over, like say you have 200,000 AMP tokens, it makes a big difference, bro. If you bought at 4 cents, at 5 cents, and at 6 cents, I'll say this about AMP. Mucha gente compró cuando estaba a 12 centavos. There was a little bit of hype, and crypto does that. When news comes out, headlines are all over, blasted everywhere, and it gets a little bit of hype. Everybody FOMO's in. You'll hear that term a lot, FOMO. Failure of missing out, FOMO. They FOMO in. In other words, they want to jump in and invest because they don't want to miss out on profits. Everybody thought when it went to 7, to 8, to 9 cents, todos brincan como una liebre cruzando la calle de Cambria. You ever been to Cambria? Hay venados allí en la noche. Y todos brincaron como venado, entered into the space, and they bought at the highs, right? So that's what dollar cost average means, is that if you bought at like 12 cents and you bought like say $1,000, well, right now those folks feel like they just want to sell the minute it goes to 13 cents or 14 cents. They just want to get their money back. And more than likely, a lot of those people never jump back into the space. They came in, they sell, and they're gone forever. I personally would not do that myself. I will never leave crypto. I will never leave crypto. I say that again. Because no matter at what price I buy, and it has happened to me where I bought a little bit on the high, but I was timing the market and I timed it wrong. And that's going to happen. You're not no genie. Cálmate. No puedes ni predicar. No puedes, Bueno, let's just keep going. Dollar cost average really helps you increase your portfolio in the long run, right? If you bought at 12 cents and you bought at 8 cents and you bought all the way down, I think it went down to like 6 cents. Ahí se quedó un buen rato, 6 cents. Well, if you bought another 1,000 and you take the 1,000 at 12 and the 1,000 at 6, well, come on, do the math. I'm not a great mathematician, but it takes no genius to figure that out, that if you bought $1,000 at 12 cents and $1,000 worth of AMP at 6 cents, your total that you bought is not at 12 cents. It brings it down. So when it does come back up, your net gains are going to be a little higher. So I do that quite often, especially when the market is crashing. Oh man, I love to get in, because esto va a pasar en crypto. So don't be alarmed. Don't be scared about what everybody says, that, they're going to shut down. They're going to shut down. You know how long some governments have tried to derail and completely annihilate Bitcoin? They've all tried and they've all failed. You can't get rid of this thing, man. It's not going nowhere. In fact, now, because you can't come against it, well, you know the saying, right? If you can't come against it and win, well, you might as well join them and win altogether. Yeah, they're going to regulate it. There's a lot of regulation coming, but AMP is gonna be one of those tokens. I really think you gotta think long term, long picture. Piénsale. Sorry about that, guys. I'm driving, turning, braking. Again, no le quiero pegar a alguien. Bueno, so I'm gonna get to the point now. My videos are about 20 minutes long, and I haven't said a whole lot about AMP. But here, every transaction when cryptocurrency comes in, I've talked about Litecoin being probably one of the favorites, one of the coins that se va a usar como se usa dinero ahorita, el US dollar, right? Casi la gente no carga mucho cash. Piénsale como esto. AMP, I'm going to give sort of an example of how AMP is going to function the same way that we use money today, right now. Cuando tú vas a comer o you go buy your leche, huevos, tortillas, weenies, ketchup, y el tocino, ¿eh? When you go buy that stuff, what happens? Vas y usas tu tarjeta de crédito, ¿eh? O usas la ATM que está conectada con tu banco, right? De todos modos, cuando tú usas esa tarjeta, on the back end of it, there's a network that calcula todas las transactions. El vendor, la Vallarta, por ejemplo. Si compras ahí en la Vallarta y usas la tarjeta de crédito, la Vallarta no agarra, if it's a credit card, la Vallarta no agarra su feria right away. Lo que pasa es de que you use your credit card y se aprueba. It goes approved. Te llevas tú tu leche, huevos, tortillas, ketchup, weenies, para los nice weenie hot dogs. Y entonces tú te vas con la merchandise, ¿verdad? Okay, you got that? You leave with the merchandise. But the business owner, ahí está. The business owner, ahí está la cosa. Ellos todavía no agarran su feria. On the back end of it, they're waiting for their feria because the Visa credit card or the Master credit card is using a network to validate the transaction. Okay? To make sure que la tarjeta que tú usaste es tuya, no hay ni un problema, estás pagando a tiempo el bill. Y entonces ya cuando when it validates, okay, when that validates, then the business owner gets their feria. But all of that comes at a cost. It's not free. That's why when you get a credit card, or even an ATM, you go to Arco, AMPM, te cobran up front 35 cents. Ahí está la cosa. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that AMP coin is going to do it's basically the very same thing. It's the very same thing. So think about AMP in this fashion. Think about if AMP got adopted across the world like Visa and MasterCard have. Can you imagine the billions of transactions and users using it? That is what's going to create AMP tokens value, the utility. And that goes for every single coin you can think of. Cardano, Litecoin, Bitcoin. Todas estas coins, the utility is what matters. And I believe AMP has the potential to be one of those coins at the very top. And if it does, now that's what I think. I've done the research. I've read about it. I've listened to other folks explain it really well. If AMP accomplishes, there's no doubt that AMP can do it. But it's adoption, right? The Amazons, the Walmarts, these Alibabas, the big chain companies, Microsoft, all these big, massive, billion-dollar companies. If this is their choice of product, olvídalo, May. Vas a estar sentado en una silla de puro diamantes. That's what AMP does. Because right now, you're getting it at 6 cents, bro. Sabes que se me hace que tengo un higher patrol atrás de mí. All because I'm doing this. But I'm not afraid of that either because I can afford the ticket también. No hay pedo. I'll talk to the cop about AMP token. Bueno, I'm going to finish up. AMP, if it does achieve, ya me pasó el higher patrol. No hay pedo. We're all good. If AMP achieves the status among the top 2, even the top 3, because there's a few other, I think XRP is very similar to AMP. They're not the same, but XRP has been around before AMP. And anyhow, AMP, if it can achieve a big slice of that market, dude, that, I don't know, I can't predict what that coin will be worth, but it won't be worth 6 cents. It won't be worth 12 cents. It might not even be worth 30 cents. It might be worth more than that. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you that if it even sits at 50 cents and you bought at 6 cents and you bought $10,000, and I'm not saying how much you should buy. I am saying how much I can afford, and that's what I put in. Now, I got a family, bro. No estoy soltero, Tengo mi esposa, mis niños, and I'm not going to risk I'm not going to risk anything at the expense of them going without. I like my kids having good things, and my wife and I are very humble people, very frugal people. We don't have all the fancy stuff that most people do. We could, but we're just, we're blessed in that way. We don't have to. And actually, I sacrifice more for me. I'm very cheap when it comes to, well, I'm not cheap, but very frugal when it comes to having all of the materialistic things. I don't have them. I don't have all the fancy watches, and I have nice clothes y todo ese pedo. But all I'm saying is, I sacrifice at the end of the month. I have, thousands of dollars left over, and I take a chunk of that and I invest it. I invested in crypto. I'm gonna be blunt. I don't own stocks anymore. I don't own anything else, not even real estate. I sold all my real estate because I really strongly believe in crypto. Crypto is like the new real estate for investors looking to make a fortune. In the 90s, if you bought real estate in the 90s, mid 90s, and late 90s, and you waited to right now, right? Granted, that's like 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago. You're sitting on fat. I mean, I'm talking PHAT bags, you're sitting on fat cash, right? And right now, it's a great market to sell. Sell high, buy low. That's what I do with crypto. It's a very simple concept. Sell high, buy low. That's all I can tell you. In crypto, it's the same game. Buy low, sell high. Or don't sell at all. I'm not selling. There's a lot of coins that I'm not selling. I'm holding for 5, 10, 15 years because it's the same concept, carnal. Think about it. That's why if you got in at 12 cents, some people bought Litecoin at like $300-400, and then it fell at 100, and they just got out and they took losses. Well, think of cryptocurrency and how volatile it is. And I'm treating it like I'm treating my real estate. Same way. I bought houses 10 years ago and I sold all of that. And just recently, I had a beautiful ranch, 5 acres, beautiful home, humble but beautiful, in a very nice upscale area, right? La vendí, brother. La vendí. I was there 7 years and I sold it because I have no personal attachment to these things. I see them as investments, and for me, it's worked out phenomenally. So again, I close by saying what I said earlier. Ignorance is poverty. That's all it is. Ignorance is poverty. If you're sitting on your couch watching 8 hours worth of or movies for 8 hours, to me, you could spend half that time and read some good books, do some research about investing, about learning about crypto, maybe specifically, any of those coins that you feel or blockchains that you feel attract you, and make your decision. Take a step, man. Take a step. I'm not regretting it. I haven't regretted it. All the feria that I put into this, I have lost nothing. I haven't pulled it out. I haven't taken a dime from it because I want to wait. I want to figure out the taxes. My next video, I'm going to talk about Meld, because there's a whole story of how I'm doing it, and that doesn't mean that's how you have to do it. But in my next video, I'll start here. How I'm doing it, why I'm doing it this way, and we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a really, my plan, I think, is going to be one of many plans that are going to create generational wealth, where I'm going to leave my kids phenomenal amounts of money, and I'm going to live really good up until my last day on earth. Gracias. Talk to you later.